All right, thank you for coming today. We're going to have a lesson about Korah, and we started the Parsha of Korah, Parak Zayin previously, but now we're going to be continuing with Parak Zayin. And what I want to do now is have a do now, which you can fill out on your pin cards. You'll have 5 minutes to do it, and it's basically 2 questions that recap what happened in the previous parak, which will then lead us into the current parak. After we're done the do now, we're going to have chavrusas. Everyone get into chavrusas smoothly. You'll have your sheets. You'll follow. You'll read the psukim, and we'll have a great period. Raise your hand if you're done. Another 30 seconds, and then we'll move into chavrusas. Everyone knows who the chavrusas are? I'm going to be collecting the cards at the end of the period. Now we can start going into chavrusas. Smooth transition.
So guys, come on, go to your chavrusas. Let's go. You'll be here. You should come back from the bathroom. Come on, guys, let's go. Do you need one? Oh. By the way, I guess he needs one there.
Needs one.
The sheets.
Yeah, anyone too?
I would probably write the number plus their names.
You're saying, you're arguing with the question, saying it's not true? Forget that. The other two.
I said, yeah. Did you? Is it 12? Oh no, it looked like it'll press
You're saying they dropped the fire? That's what you want to say?
Oh, no. Oh, really?
So you're right, so maybe they weren't all the way when they died, but what happened to those fire plants? That's basically what this fire tells us. Or the question is, where were Gus and when something that was originally chemically was swallowed up, they would have had it?
Like, think about things that we used originally as an affair or ferments. Okay, fine. They use gopher. So that's a good point. So it's probably not just Shire.
Do you have any questions about the
Right. No, that's something if you have a little bit of a vast knowledge on it, then you might, correct. There might be other cases also, maybe someone.
That's just.
Yes.
Any kung fu? They eat them. They help themselves along.
Possibly days. Okay, let's bring it together.
It's when they do they.
The urine and some other So your arm is to, is it down or is it up? To take up, so lift up, the fire pans.
Gotta be a little more, you gotta be a little more specific with
Yes,
that.
okay. Throw away the fire. Kadeshu, because they're
That's so
sanctified.
deep.
So
That
what's
could be a
going on?
summary of it, but
Let's
what's
have the
exciting?
maftos,
If you left the
which
title,
apparently
I'm something about
the fire pans still had the fire burning with the Torah in them. It's like, I mean, I imagine it's like a grill, or like a frying pan. It's like a frying pan, which had.
Yeah.
Why did they fire me? I don't understand. What was another question? That shows us that we can figure it out. Thank you.
Who's finished questions 1 and 2?
I don't have a question. Bobby, are we
Guys, before we go on to question 3, I just want to review 1 and 2. So DJ, what do you have for question 1? So, enlighten everyone on question 1 so that we know what to do going forward for question 3.
So the title is Ma'asim Machatot. What do they do with the fire pans?
What do they do with the fire pans? So, hold on 1 second. So what happened, there were these fire pans left over from the service, from the showdown between Moshe and Aaron and everyone else. And they were left on the field when all the other people perished. So what are we supposed to do with these fire pans? That's what we're focusing on.
Okay.
Okay.
And so what did he do?
They were supposed to get rid of the fire pans.
And they did it.
That's in, well, sort of, that's in Bays. But then let's look at Gimel. What were they told to actually do with the fire pans?
Are they supposed to hammer it out and use it to cover the mizbeach?
Use it to cover them as bad.
So
So what-
people always see it and remember what's off it.
Okay. The purpose is very good. You're supposed to take it as a remembrance of what happened, and we're supposed to attach it on top of the mizbeach. Okay. So did anyone have any questions about that? Yes.
Isn't there not supposed to be metal on this
Metal on the mizbeach might be asur because why?
Because it's not supposed to remind us of war, because the sword is made out of metal.
Right, which is the same reason I believe why David HaMelech was not supposed to build the Beit HaMikdash, because he was a warrior, he fought, and so too we're not supposed to have metal on the mizbeach. That's an excellent question. Yes.
Isn't the mizbeach, is it made out of metals like this gold?
We're talking about the mizbeach. I believe we're talking about the mizbeach and the choshet, right? The copper mizbeach. So it's copper. Metal.
It did have a layer of copper.
So
Okay.
it
Is
was
copper?
metal.
Copper is metal.
Yeah, so.
So we have a good question. What?
What's the problem with having other ones?
So once you already have metal, which we're not sure how that is allowed because of the issur of having metal on the mizbeach, but once you have that, so why can't you add on to that? That's also a good question. Elishama.
I think maybe it's okay to have the metal because it's the Hashem specifically saying to put metal. It overrides the low that it gave you before. But I can't think of so the low it's still there. You still should have put on other metals, but this metal is okay because it was specifically we're told.
Sometimes Hashem says don't do something, but then he makes exceptions. So this is an example of an exception. Yes.
Also maybe because the metal was put on there because it's supposed to be a sign for something else. So if it had no sign, people would make a sign for it since it's supposed to be to remember what Korah did, and people wouldn't assume that it's something on as a war.
It's to remind people of what Korah did.
Yes.
Very good. It wasn't from a war, it was from more of a philosophical issue that happened in Bnei Yisrael, a major issue So it wasn't military in nature. Hold off on questions. So, did anyone do question number 3? Okay, so let's hear from you what you had for question number 3. Imagine you were in charge of collecting the fire pans. What would you do with them?
I would throw them away because too many holy people have died from them, even if they sin.
Why are we holding on to them? Very good. Why are we holding on to them? We should be getting rid of them. It's a sign of destruction. Very good. Yes.
I would do whatever Moshe says because he commanded me to do it. I don't want to mess with Moshe.
Oh,
Okay, but I'm asking you, that's good. I'm asking you, let's say you didn't hear anything from Moshe yet, before Moshe. You didn't throw them out. So you agree with Jakey. Any other suggestions? Ethan?
I would melt them and
I would ask the Holy Moses.
You would reuse them again.
No, not, but melt
But
them.
first melt them and then rebuild them up to create sort of a new paradigm.
That's counterintuitive.
Wow, we have a lot of involvement in this. This is great. Alicia?
I would either destroy them or maybe melt them and like reshape something like it's used for something holy out of them to like show like it's not like they're used for bad and then they're evil for good. It can things can it's
You know what an
repentance, like you can turn good.
You know what an excellent example of that is? They turned the rockets that had been fired into Israel into a menorah. So they took something that had a bad connotation, they turned it into something positive. So that's what you're saying that we should do with this. Yes.
I would keep them until I found out what to do.
Oh, that's so nice.
Hold on to them. Don't do anything yet. It's good.
Jonah Herman, Jordan Zimmerman, Daniel Morrison, Asher Alton.
I would have exposed them so that people can't see, nobody
Please
thinks,
come
oh,
to the
well,
office.
yeah, it's still here, and the vault's still happening. You can still vault this, you can still, get the power. Like people will follow up and say, oh, we want power still. Like, they're still the only ones who have power, so, like, something, the people who want the first guy, but we can do better, because we really could save the lives.
Jake Resnick, please come to
Okay,
the office.
excellent. Yes.
I would melt them or hammer them into a big fire pan to show what happened.
Into a big one.
So you agree with the people that said that we should keep them as their original use as a reminder for what happened. Okay, excellent. So let's move on. So in fact, that's what Hashem told them to do, as was mentioned before. We take the fire pans and we put them as a cover onto the Mizbeach in order to remind us what? In order to remind us of what happened with Korah and how he challenged the authority of Moshe. And to be reminded of that and to avoid such actions in the future. Question number 5, talks about recycling and memorializing objects in the Torah. So can anyone think of an example in the Torah, another example where something was taken, an object, and turned into something else as a remembrance for something? Yes?
There's the Egel Azaz, they melted it down and they made the people eat it.
Into the dust, the powder.
And then they made people eat it.
So that's an example of taking something bad and turning it into also something as a punishment, but also you can say it's a kapara.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good.
Yeshua takes the stones and makes the stone thing,
He takes the stones and he turns into a matzeva at Gilgal. Excellent. Any other suggestions? Yes.
I could have this when Avram takes the horn and we blow around.
We blow shofar on Rosh Hashanah as a remembrance of the horn. So we're so to speak metaphorically taking the symbol associated with Akedah Yitzhak and turning it into service on Rosh Hashanah. Very good. These are excellent examples. I was even thinking of something else. I wasn't even thinking of these, but these are great. What was I thinking of? I was thinking of the mirrors that the Bnei Yisrael Benos Yisrael used in Mitzrayim, and they turned that into the kior, into the laver, into the thing that the Kohanim would use to wash their hands. So we're taking, that's an example of taking something from Mitzrayim, from a time of hardship, into a object of Yusha in order to memorialize something. Has anyone ever taken something and used it as a memorial to remember something that happened, whether it be a trophy or a toy or something that an object that meant something to you, either for the good or for the bad, and you keep it so you can remember it? Does anyone have any examples?